So tonight's going to be a kind of a more laid back type video. I don't have makeup on, I don't have my hair done. It's like well, it's midnight. But the last few videos that I've made have been stressful and upsetting, and I know I get ranty and just overall upset. So instead of doing that, we're gonna talk. I don't really have like a particular opinion on some of the stuff that I want to talk about. It's just kind of like we're going to see what happens. So, we're going to start with the Katie Joy stuff because I know that I've sure missed talking about Katie. And, she just never stops. And there's always something new with her. And in the last few days where I've talked about other things and kind of because those were things that I was passionate about and I wanted to make sure I covered. She's done a lot of stupid shit and things have happened, so we're gonna go over that. I don't even know where to start because I don't really remember exactly where I left off. I know that when I made one of my videos, the Rich Lux video, I was actually looking up that night where she had given this amazing advice to Perez Hilton. So if you don't know who Perez Hilton is, he's this dude that back in the day did these blogs and covered all the celebrities and their gossip, what they were doing. He was like a drama channel before there was a drama channel. So that's him. And as far as for what he was doing, I never got to that part because that's when everything kind of happened. Like I listened to her advice and then I didn't get to see what he did or what was wrong or whatever because everything else came up. However, I will say that doesn't really matter to me. I've never really liked him, so I've never followed him. I don't keep up with him. Yeah, so I don't even know why Katie was talking about him. But what I can say is that she gave some extremely solid advice, which is something I never thought I would say about Katie. Here's the thing, though, and I'm sure you've probably already seen this. This is old ass tea, but we're starting there because that's where I remember leaving off at. So she gives him this great advice. She's like, dude, you're like in your 40s, man. Which, if you don't know, so is Katie. I believe she's 42. Could be lying, don't know, but somewhere in there. She's like, you're in your 40s and you're fucking up. And I'm like, damn, you're in your 40s, you're fucking up. And she's like, you should get off the internet. You should take a break. It's good for you. It's good for your image. I don't know if she said that part, but basically what she was saying. And I'm like, bruh. And she even tells him, like, not to keep on and making it worse. And it's like self-sabotage. And I'm like, anybody else seeing this? Are you hearing this? Is this really what's coming out of her mouth? Apparently everybody else saw the same thing because I've seen quite a few videos about it. And it's like the whole internet is like, girl, take your own advice. Why are you telling somebody else this and then going to do the exact opposite on your channel? It's crazy to me. So there's been more Leslie Bass videos explaining everything that Katie has done to her. That whole situation, getting all of her financial records and accusing her of fraud, basically saying that she had this fundraiser that she didn't use the money for that like she was supposed to. And that's, again, it's old tea, but Leslie has been talking about it and sharing her side, so it's not exactly completely old tea. Point is, that's going on, and I just needed to say this. Katie, first of all, Leslie has proven that none of that was true. But I think you're projecting. I think that's what's going on here. It's like some messed up mental gymnastics. And the thing is, Katie, as soon as all this lawsuit stuff got brought up, was asking for help because, lawsuits and lawyers are expensive. And then she comes in doing videos with fresh lip filler and shit. And I'm just like, if anybody's using the money for the wrong reasons, it's probably you. Just saying. I mean, she gets all these super chats and, donations and Patreon and all the, like, why are you asking for more money? Don't put shit in your lips anymore. Throw that towards the lawyer. Keep it moving. Take your own advice that you so kindly gave Perez Hilton and take some time. Don't make things worse. Don't self-sabotage. All that good stuff. But to get to the most recent stuff, and I'm just doing a lot with my hands tonight. I'm sorry. I get excited, I guess. Anyway. So, most recently, and this is going to be one of those things where I can't definitively say, like, I feel that this is right or this is wrong or whatever. There was a clip that went around where Katie was on a live stream and Mr. Ball was in the back, I guess, walking around and yelling and slamming a door because her child was upset and throwing a fit, and, he has special needs. It's something that's common with children who deal with that. So apparently, Mr. Ball, as I'm going to call him, was yelling about it in the background and slamming the door and just upset that the child wouldn't go to bed. And Katie puts the phone to her chest and she's like, "You can't be doing that, I don't know exactly what she said, but something like, "Don't do that. I'm doing this. You can't be doing that." This leads to, obviously, people pointing it out, people that were concerned, other YouTubers talking about it, and unfortunately, or fortunately, and this is where I'm kind of like, I don't know what to think, social services was called on Katie. And she did this whole video, which I did take the time to watch because it's only fair. She stated that it was unnecessary. They've never hurt their children or child, whatever. They've never done anything wrong. And that, it was a waste of social services time and the county's time and efforts. And also, you're having someone else come into the home, although she has apparently several people who are in and out of her home helping care for her child. But she's super concerned about COVID. I don't I don't know. Basically, Katie's whole thing was like, this is all bullshit. You shouldn't have sent anybody to my house. Whatever. But she only seemed to address, here's my thing, okay? She says that no one should have done this. She appreciates concerns for her child, but they've never hurt their child, and her child having the issues medically that he has, this is a normal thing for children who have these same issues to experience. They throw fits. It's a normal thing. However, I just would like to point out to Katie and to anyone with that mindset, because like I said, I'm in between, and I'll explain that in a minute. The concerns weren't over the child crying and acting up or acting out. I think we can all understand that happens with pretty much all children. Yes, it's more common for children who have what he has going on. But, I mean, kids throw fits, especially at a younger age. We all know that. The issue wasn't with the child freaking out or throwing a fit. It was how the dad's reaction was. I mean, when you hear a parent slamming a door and yelling about the fact that they can't get this kid controlled or whatever, like I said, I don't know his exact words. Don't get it twisted. But yeah, that's where the concern came from. And no offense, but you know what? Offense if you want. I don't care. If your child's in the other room screaming, maybe you should get the hell off your live instead of putting the phone to your chest and screaming at your husband that this shouldn't be done on camera. Get offline. And my thing is this has happened before. This has happened in other lives. Of course, they're all deleted because Katie deletes everything. Don't let your child scream and cry and let your husband feel like he's the only one dealing with it. And I don't want to speculate too much on their relationship or what they got going on as parents. But I feel like if she's always on live, which we know she is, we can see her online all the time. he could possibly feel overwhelmed and scream and slam doors. So maybe, Katie, take my advice, take everyone else's advice, and just get offline when something like that is going on and go help your child, go help your husband. That was where people had the issue. That's where the concerns came from. So if you don't want CPS coming to your house, I get it. If it was just your son crying in the background, which could still concern people, but again, I know we're all adults here. We know how children act. They throw fits. That can happen. I don't think that's a reason to just call social services. It was the reaction of it and the fact that you just stayed online yelling at your husband while he's freaking out because your kid's freaking out, and that's where that came from. So stop. Just stop. As far as my opinions on people calling social services, I have very mixed feelings about this, and I will say I have personally seen people truly weaponize CPS or whatever y'all call it in your state, social services, whatever. I've seen people call for no reason or use it for bad reasons. And so it makes me feel a little iffy. Like, at the end of the day, if there's concern about a child, it's better to be safe than sorry. It's better to call and it end up being nothing wrong than to not call and something be wrong. I truly feel that. In this situation, because we all do know that she has these workers in and out and they are mandated reporters, which is something Katie did point out, I don't know that it was the best thing to call. But then again, like I was gonna say, the first time you see something happen, but then again, this has happened. I'm very on the fence about that. I don't want to tell anybody like, yeah, anytime you see some shit, just go call and send social services to their house. But again, like, it's better to be safe, I guess. Just it's one of those disappointing situations where it's not just Katie drama. This is a real serious topic as well, and I don't know what she's thinking sometimes. Like, just get offline, take care of your kid, bruh. Like, I can't imagine. So that's what's been going on with Katie. I'm sure there's gonna be more. There's always more. Um, and I know that wasn't like the most lighthearted of topics, but it's a little bit more lighthearted than what we've been talking about. So, overall, she's fine. CPS says her kid is fine. I'm grateful to the people that were concerned that did reach out for, doing what they thought was right. At the end of the day, if they did it with a good intention, then I think that's fine. It's, what can you do, That's how I feel about that. Um, and then real quick, I just wanted to touch on something else that I'm very, again, on the fence about. So, DadChallenge podcast. I've addressed it in 2 videos. First, I was like, I'm on the fence. I see both sides. I explained that I used to be subscribed to Josh. And the repeat of Stoffer videos did run me away. This is before anyone else was talking about it, before I knew anyone else felt the same way. I scrolled through, I saw he was doing more Stoffer content. I wasn't really down to watch a ton of Stoffer stuff. I don't want to see parodies on Micah. I don't want to watch the car cleaning thing. It's just a lot that it just wasn't for me. So I talked about that. And then I made a follow-up video and I talked about, I felt like at the end of the day, I do support what Josh is trying to do. Do I think he always goes about it the right way? Maybe not, but I do feel like he has good intentions. I believe that intentions in every situation do matter, and I feel like intentions hold a lot of weight. A lot of people don't feel that way. A lot of people's like, it doesn't matter what your intentions are, this is what it is. For me personally, I like to weigh in on what I believe their intentions are based on watching them for so long. Anyway, So my last time I talked about him, I was like, yeah, I support Josh because, his intentions are good and what he's fighting for is good, and maybe he doesn't do it the best way. I don't know if I'll watch him because I don't want to see all that, but it's like I do support him. Since then, Josh has said and done a few kind of shady things, and I'm just like, all right, dude, like, I want to support you, but you're making it a little difficult. So okay, now I will say I've seen a few videos that he's done on his other channel, and his whole point of his other channel now is that's his place to be shitty, basically, to just talk shit, run his mouth. And he sure did. And you know what? Hey, if you tell people like this is the point of this channel, I'm gonna be shitty, I'm gonna be snarky, whatever, and they want to go see that, whatever, dude. Like, I don't have a problem with it. But okay. I'm sorry, I get all excited. Um, so he made a few comments that if you were against him and the way he does things, that you're against fighting against the family vloggers and fighting for children's rights. And I will say, I did see in another video that he did where he did say, just because you don't agree with what I'm doing doesn't mean you're against the movement. But he contradicted himself because he said both things. And I just want to say, Josh, I supported you. And I still don't know whether, like, I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to support him. But I said that I didn't agree with the things you were doing. And one of his biggest arguments was, everybody starts off their video with, I love what Josh is doing, but they give me criticism for it. Yeah, dude, we can do that. We can say, hey man, I like what you're trying to do. I don't like how you're doing it. And he's like, well, tell me a better way, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, here's a good idea. Keep making your stoffer videos. Your fans like it. You're good at covering it. You make good points. Keep making them. But what you don't need to do is talk shit about their appearance, put on a wig and pretend to be Micah and pick on her other videos. Like, just continue talking about what they did to begin with. That's just my suggestion. You said nobody gave you suggestions. There's one. Don't care if you listen. Don't know that you will. But it kind of like rubbed me the wrong way that he was like, yeah, everybody says they love what I'm doing, and well, yeah, dude, that's what they're saying because that's how they feel, and people have a right to say what they feel. That's just that. Just because I don't agree with how you're going about things doesn't mean that I want to see children exploited on the internet, and that's not a fair argument to make against anyone. Um, he also, I guess, kind of went after w.o.a.c.b boy in his comments, and I don't know, it was like, you don't agree with me, so therefore, same argument, therefore you must not be against child exploitation, and just kind of riled him up a bit. And now I've seen people leaving BX's channel because of it, and here's what I'm gonna say, and I've said it in some other video I made. Just because someone you like has a differing opinion doesn't mean you have to leave. Just because they're fighting with your other favorite YouTuber, you can still watch both. I've still watched BX, and I've still checked up on the DadChallenge because if I'm gonna talk about him, I want to know what he's saying and what he's doing, and is he changing things? I know BX, Beast Boy, sorry, he stopped talking about appearances. He used to make a lot of jokes and things about Katie Joy and her edges. I didn't say that, he said that. And some of it was funny, not gonna lie. And sometimes I was kind of like, do you have to? Do you have to keep going? Like, it was a bit much. And I'm not big on picking on people's appearance. I will say in the last video that BX did with Katie's picture, he caught a clip of her tongue kind of like, that was her face. And I swear to God, she looked like Sid from Ice Age. Just saying. Just, that's a fact. you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I just want to see where things go from here. I still think what Josh is trying to do is good. I don't think he took the criticism very well. And matter of fact, like the last time I talked about him in a video, I said, "Oh, I think he's open-minded. He'll take the criticism well." Well, no, I was wrong. It doesn't look like he did. So I don't know. It's one of those things. Like I said, I don't really have a definite opinion or whatever. It's just like, this is what it is. This is what he's doing. I don't care for it. I hope to see things change, and I'm gonna kind of keep an eye out and watch and see what happens. And that's that. I would like to know what everyone else thinks. Feel free to comment. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. We're just gonna have to sit back and see what fuckery that Katie gets into, because I'm ready for one of those videos. I am. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't want to see her do any more shit, and I want to make that clear, because, like, I say that, like, I'm ready for her to do something so stupid that I can just sit here and talk shit and laugh, but at the same time, like, I don't want to see any of these people fail. I don't want to see any of these people be canceled. And I think that's a huge misconception about drama and commentary channels, people that make videos on certain people, is that you want to see them fail. And most channels that are created just like mine came from sitting back and watching it go on for so long and just wanting to speak up. And 9 times out of 10, speaking up consists of saying, "Hey, I like you. I watched your channel. I was subscribed. Then you did this, and that changed my mind. Please don't do this." Like, that's how the shit gets started. That's how it goes. I don't want to see anything bad happen. I wish she would just stick to her content and chill the hell out, and then, I could find other shit to talk about, I'm sure. Either way, But if she does something else, which typically she does, I would love to cover it. I would love to talk to you guys about it. That's that. Well, I have rambled on, and it is now 12:30. Was it? Damn. It's even 30 minutes. Oh, well, it's been 20 some. Anyway, do the YouTube things. I never think to say that, but, like, yeah, like, subscribe, share. I don't know who you would share this with.
You can't really share it.
You can share it. My daughter says you can't share it. You can share it.
You can, like...
You can share it. You can literally share it.
I don't know how it works. Yeah.
She doesn't know how it works. Don't feel bad. Mommy doesn't either.
Okay.
Anyway, this was just basically me rambling on about a bunch of nothing. Hope you enjoyed it. Oh yeah, what I was saying was, yeah, I don't know if you'd want to share it with anybody. I probably wouldn't even tell anybody that watch me, because I know I'm not that. I know. But thank you for watching me. Thank you if you are subscribed. Thank you if you're considering subscribing. Please leave a comment. I would like to talk to you guys, but I don't really get many comments. So, hey, it is what it is. I will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye!